All right, guys, so welcome to another Talking Head. You know who this is, Rona'e Le'Shawn. We always want to talk about something, so let's talk about something. You hear me in my car. My car seems to be the place. Where I do a lot of my thinking. So you may hear birds chirping and wind blowing and, whatever you hear in the background charges to my head and not my heart, okay? Because, of course, I want to be consistent. But anyway, let's go ahead and get to the meat and potatoes. So the thing that prompted this episode today was just me chasing or just noticing how we are in a system that is so unbelievably rigged. If you are going to get an opportunity that doesn't require an investment, you're going to pretty much make pennies on the dollar. Okay, so you might get blessed with no type of investment or skill or anything like that. You may be blessed with, a hourly wage or something roughly around minimum wage to the highest of maybe $20, depending on the state that you're in, right? But I find that in order for you to make big dollars, which is mind-blowing to me, you have to have money to make it. What's fascinating to me is the fact that if I'm trying to make the money, where am I going to get said money to invest in the thing that I'm trying to make the money with? And it's like if you work a regular 9 to 5 or whatever, to make a corporation rich or make a company rich, you're barely scratching the surface with your everyday expenses, your monthly reoccurring costs, that don't go anywhere, that seem to increase slowly, sometimes swiftly, and you're just making it. It's like, well, where do I invest this? Okay, so if I am making these pennies on the dollar, I probably don't have the time to now invest in the thing. I may have the money now because I'm probably working 50, 60, 70 hours a week, just to make ends meet. And then, I'm expected to want to invest. I feel like it's so unfortunate because I've been in situations where I've gotten a certification for something. I've taken the training course. I got all these different things under my belt. But every single thing requires, you need a $5,000 investment. You need a $500 investment. You need a $1,000 investment. It's like, I'm just trying to start out. Like, where is there a space or company for somebody that's actually starting up or actually trying to build without it literally choking the life out of everything that they have or their finances? You know what I'm saying? It's like, you won't give me the opportunity to just start. And granted, I understand that there are people that abuse the system, that don't want to work, that don't want to do anything. I completely understand that. But then there are situations like, I don't know how many master classes I've joined for free that's supposed to show you the blueprint only to get to the end, and they want you to buy a $27 ebook. They're telling you about how much money they make and how they can do it from the comfort of anywhere on a Zoom call and whatnot. And then, or they want you to purchase, a program, right? Okay, in this program, this 90-day masterclass program for $13,000, you can get a loan, or you can finance it, or you can put it on Klarna or Afterpay or whatever. You can do all of these things, and then you'll generate $10,000 a month. But your initial investment needs to be $13,000, and you potentially ruin your credit, right? My thing is, I have yet to find a masterclass that actually gives resources, like for people that's actually starting off. It's like everything is about a dollar. Everything is about, a currency. And for people that are money hungry and their God is money, they will hear that and be like, yeah, of course. It's like, nah, but when you have a father that created everything of its kind at no cost, literally in abundance, but then you have now these agents of the enemy that are rulers of this place, that are hoarding, resources, that are creating systems that put you in a servitude that the Father that gave you free will doesn't even impose on. So that within itself is going to warrant judgment on their heads, because if you have a Father that created your free will, that gave you that free will and does not impose on the free will, how is it that created beings have the nerve or feel entitled to manipulate your free will or put you in a situation where your will is compromised in order to make a dollar, in order for their generations to thrive off of resources that were not created by them, that were not given as an inheritance to them? It's a whole thing. So I can go off on a tangent, but the whole point to this is that I've been in situations where, for one, I'm trying to create some things. I'm trying to do some things in the world, and without completely exploiting myself as a content creator and literally giving every waking hour of my day to showing what my life is like so that people can have intel, or the spirits can, monitor and whatever else their agenda is. It's like, if I don't do that and exploit myself, I'm trying to create a product, but then I have to make sure that I get past the algorithm, and the algorithm is rigged also. You can't say certain things, you can't do certain things, because again, it's not a system of the Father. But the fact that it's like, in order for you to make life-changing financial, income, we need for you to first have life-changing financial income. It's like, who just has, maybe some of these young people that's content creators, I'm sure they have that type of funds laying around. But if you just a regular schmegular person that's trying to just live a regular schmegular life and do some stuff besides eat, work, and pay bills and repeat every single day of your life until you die, you literally don't have $10,000 just sitting around, or access to $10,000. You know what I'm saying? Like, in order for me to invest, it's like, okay, so can you put me in a situation where I can make the currency, and then you take it out of whatever I make once you put me on the opportunity? Okay, so great. If I take your master class and in 90 days I'm set to make $10,000, why can't you put me on, and then when I make that $10,000, you take 5 of it? You get what I'm saying? And do that every month until I pay $13,000. So that way, it's not just, it shows me that the opportunity is there, that I can actually do it, but it's not going to break my bank or discourage me. So anyways, I just thought I don't know if any of this resonates with any of you guys, but here's where I'm at. I know for a fact that we serve a Father who is sovereign, okay? And as an heir of a sovereign creator, we are also sovereign by inheritance, meaning that all of these things that have been put a label or tag on, basic stuff, is not for us to toil over. That's not how he created it. And he sure didn't create a fiat currency. Why would I need to create a dollar if I planted a tree for you and the tree in itself bears a seed that will produce more? There's no need for a currency if I put everything here for you. The only reason why we have a currency is that you got people that's of his adversary of that bloodline, that is hoarding things that don't belong to them. Now, woe to them, because there is going to be judgment. Now, our job is to make sure that we on the right side of the team and we, are where we need to be. Anyways, hopefully this is not a rant. This is really just, hopefully this bears witness to you. This is pretty much a rant, but really just speaking on how unfortunate it is that we live in this system, that you cannot thrive unless you've already thrived. And in order for you to thrive, you have to have, it's just a loop of a thing that's unnecessary. And it doesn't really give people a chance to really elevate unless you've been put in a situation where you generated some finances. But if you're trying to start up with something, you can't get a grant unless you show that you have revenue, but you can't get revenue until you get the grant to build the thing that you're trying to build. So there's just all of these different loops, and what it is ultimately it's confusion, which we know who the author of confusion is. So there's just a lot. Anyways, that's just my little 2 cents for today. Again, like my grandmother would always say, if I can help just one somebody as I travel along, then my living shall not be in vain. Guys, please go out here and love on your brethren, love on your sisterin, because of course, if you can't love on the ones in whom you can see, then how can you love on the Father in whom you can? So until next time.